Well, this is a special EBU and RTS press conference. We would like to inform you about our great cooperation in the past year. Let me introduce to you Mr. Svante Stokselius, Executive Supervisor of EBU, Ms. Sandra Shosha, the Executive Producer of Eurovision Song Contest this year, Ms. Kati Varblan, EBU Event Manager. And we have some surprises for you during this press conference. I hope that you will be patient. So, Mr. Stokselius.
Thank you very much, Duska. Good to see you guys again. It's been a year, and as you know, we've been doing a little work on the format. Somehow I kind of expected the same atmosphere as last night's press conference, so I'm a little bit disappointed, but I'm sure we can raise the level up a little bit. We had yesterday the first ever semi-final out of two in the history of the Eurovision Song Contest. It was a very well executed show. I'm very happy with the way we produced it. And you must admit the excitement with opening these envelopes is really good television. Yeah, what to say about the outcome? That's the choice of the viewers, and we just have to accept that. That's very good. Every year we treat this grand old lady, 53 years old now, with some freshening touches. It's up to date. It's modern, and it needs to be modern in order to survive in the tough world of television today. And every year I'm happy to sit in these press conferences and introduce you to some new elements, some news, and of course also this year, and you know some of them, but I would really like to kind of conclude the new elements in this year's Eurovision Song Contest. So first of all, as you know, we have a new record of participating countries, 43 countries taking part this year. Yeah, that's worth an applaud, don't you think? Huh? And we're especially happy to welcome the two newcomers, Azerbaijan and San Marino. And one of them is made it to the final, so that is great news, I think. We, of course, will broadcast the shows in these 43 countries, but we will also show the broadcasts in Australia, Austria, Kazakhstan, and New Zealand. I would like to take the opportunity to go back a year in time when we were in Helsinki. As you all remember, there were a lot of discussion after the final night. Discussions among media, fans, and even in some of the European Parliament, the Eurovision Song Contest was being discussed. And that is something we like. We like when politicians talk and look at the Eurovision Song Contest, as long as they keep their fingers away. And the discussions, you know, was, well, is this contest becoming kind of an Eastern thing nowadays? The Western countries could never win again. All these discussions that we heard about. So of course we took that under some consideration. We did a little experiment. We simply took out all the Eastern countries' points from the result last year. And I think it might be hard to read this, but this is comparison with the final result from Helsinki and the result with only Western countries voting. And as you might see, the difference is very little. It's a small difference. We have the same winner. Among the top 10, most of them are the same. So we think it's not correct to say that this is political voting involved here. We believe this is a well-working set of rules behind this Eurovision Song Contest. It was also discussed, isn't it time to bring back the juries? Because, as some said, democracy is far too important to be left to the people. But we believe that shouldn't it be up to the viewers to vote and decide who will be the winner? So we did also here a little experiment. We compared the result from televoting in Helsinki and what would have been the case if we would have 50% televoting and 50% jury voting. And as you hopefully can see on the screens now, also here the results would have been a bit different, especially for some countries, but overall the result would have been more or less the same. However, we did some changes in the format. First of all, we introduced 2 semifinals. We believe this is more fair. We were not really happy with the fact that you could end up in a final based on what your fellow singer was doing the year before. And there's no guarantee that if you come with a good song one year, that you also next year will bring in a good song. And we saw some proof of that. We believe now, even if the production procedure will be longer, more complicated, more costly, this is a fairer way of deciding of the best songs. I'm quite sure that we will see the best 25 songs in the final on Saturday. As you know, it's obligatory to broadcast your semifinal and televote in it, but you are also free as a broadcaster to show the other semifinal. And we're very happy to see that almost all of the participating broadcasters choose to broadcast also the other semifinal. And what I heard from many of the broadcasters yesterday, the ratings were very good. We had a draw to decide in which semifinal the countries would appear. It was a draw, but it was also based on 6 pots. We divided the participating members based on their previous pattern of voting. So for instance, the Scandinavian countries ended up in 1 pot, and out of the 6 countries, 3 went to the first semifinal and 3 to the second final. That's why we have this allocation of the countries in the semifinals. As you know, 10 songs will go to the final from each semifinal, and we introduced a little change here based on the discussions about the backup juries. So we decided that 9 of the songs that will go from each semifinal will be based on the result of the televoting, and 1 of them will be reserved for the preference of the backup juries. And you know, juries have more time to listen to the songs. Maybe they could with their possibilities to more looking deep into the songs, could find something that would be worth a place in the final. And I can reveal that we yesterday would have had the same result without this new rule. So the 10 songs that went to the final last night would also have been in the final without this new rule. The result would have been the same. As you know, there will be 25 songs in the final. We still have the rule of Big Four and the host broadcaster going directly to the final. However, these 5 countries are also obliged to show and vote in one of the semifinals. And tomorrow it will be Serbia, UK, and Spain, I think. No, France that will show and broadcast. Of course, we have a new rehearsal schedule, and you know this. You've been here now a long time, and this is a tough job, even though it's got its preferences. But it's a tough job, especially for you, but also for the production crew. It was quite tough to wake up to this morning after a good show last night and start on a new show. But we're doing the funniest thing in the world, so we will manage, I'm quite sure, as you will. I'm also very sure about that. Of course, as you know, in the final on Saturday, all 43 countries will vote, and we will do the procedure of points as usual. The first points will be automatically on the screen graphically, and the spokespersons will read out 8, 10, and 12 points. This means, ladies and gentlemen, that this week we will produce more than 7 hours of prime-time, top-quality television from Belgrade. And that is quite unique in the world of television. We also produced this year 3 countdown shows, and the meaning of these countdown shows is to kind of create a buzz, create some excitement, expectations around the Eurovision Song Contest leading up to the final. They're centrally produced by the EBU and offered for free to all the participating countries. And about 80% of the participating countries choose to show these preview shows, the countdown shows. I would just like to take the opportunity to show you a couple of minutes of one of the shows. So for those of you who may not have seen them and know what we're talking about. Could you please roll that tape?
Welcome to Belgrade.
This is Eurovision Countdown.
Tonight on Eurovision Countdown, we take a look at how Serbia came to host the competition. We welcome one of this year's newcomers, Azerbaijan, and we see what fashion faux pas we can expect this year. All this and more on Eurovision Countdown.
Hi there, I'm Nina.
And I'm Jovan. Welcome to Eurovision Countdown, the show that gives you all the news, rumors and gossip you could ever want about the Eurovision Song Contest.
Last year, Serbia entered the Eurovision Song Contest on their own for the first time ever and went on to win it with a beautiful ballad Molitva.
Of course, for many Serbians, the victory was more than just the recognition of a great song. It was also a sign that the country was moving beyond its troubled past.
Serbia emerged from the...
We made 3 of these. They're about half an hour each, and as you can see, the expectation race up to the final. I would also very quickly just inform you about that also this year we will have a special prize for the winner, whoever it might be. Prepared, organized and paid promotion tour. So the winner will have little time to celebrate because 2 days later he, she or they will go on a promotion tour to 8 countries in Europe to do promotion, to sign autographs, visit TV shows and of course do media coverage. We believe this is a very good prize for the winner. And we also believe it's a very good promotion for the Eurovision Song Contest. I think the winner can be very lucky to have this planned and organized for them. Some final news that we are working on, so you are updated with it. There will be the first ever movie, a feature movie about the Eurovision Song Contest. Of course it will be a comedy. But it will be produced by the well-known British production company Working Title, the company behind movies like Four Funerals and a Wedding, Notting Hill, and several others, big movies. I asked for Brad Pitt to play the role of me, by the way. We will probably see the Eurovision Song Contest being exported to different territories. We already signed a license agreement with a production company in Northern Africa and Middle East. So quite soon we will see the Eurovision Song Contest turning into a competition also there. And we're in discussion with other territories as well. And the thought of maybe in a couple of years ending up in something we could call the World Song Contest is not just imaginations. All right, now something very important for you guys. Mark your calendars for next year. We have preliminary dates for the Eurovision Song Contest next year, the 54th edition. The dates that you can see, they are preliminary because we need to discuss with the host broadcaster of next year, whoever that might be, that this will not collide with any of the national events in that country. But I'm quite sure that most of you, we will meet each other also next year on the week of 12th, 14th and 16th of May. And this means that all the national selections must be ready in the middle of March next year. All right, now I would like to give the microphone to this year's executive producer from RTS, Sandra Shusha.
Thank you, Svante. I would just like to say that organizing Eurovision Song Contest is a challenge for every host broadcaster, but it's a challenge we welcomed. This year was especially challenging because RTS, as the host broadcaster, got the opportunity to be the first ever host to produce 3 nights of ESC events. In spite of turbulent times, we rose to the occasion, and I think by hosting ESC, we also succeeded in presenting our country and people in the best possible way. Belgrade is currently home to thousands of Eurovision Song Contest visitors who are experiencing our warmth and hospitality, and we hope they will go back to their home countries with wonderful impressions and come back again. In terms of production, organization, creativity, and technical aspect, I hope we have met the quality and standards that EBU is accustomed to. I would like to thank all our partners, national and international, who have contributed to the successful realization of this year's ESC. We should not forget our hardworking and dedicated volunteers. I would like you to give them one. Thank you. And I would also like to thank you guys, the media, who have turned out in record numbers. It was not only a record number of participants this year, but also accredited journalists. Thank you for all your professional and wonderful coverage during those ESC days. Your support is of immeasurable value to RTS, Belgrade, and Serbia. Last but definitely not the least, I'm using this opportunity as executive producer of this year's Eurovision Song Contest to express my sincerest thanks to my team, my small but extraordinarily efficient team of people who have not only worked tremendously hard to put this event together, but they also did it with their hearts. I think we have accomplished the core meaning behind this year's event, and which is sublimed in the slogan and concept of confluence, and that is coming together of music, people, cultures, and energies. Thank you very much for being a part of the 53rd Eurovision Song Contest and for giving Serbia the opportunity to shine.
I would like to proceed, and I would like you to welcome the reigning champion of the Eurovision Song Contest still for 3 more days, Miss Maria Cerifovic.
Okay.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Well, you learned in Serbia 3 times. Yeah, okay.
And while we have the latest winner of the Eurovision Song Contest, I would also be very honored to welcome the first ever winner of the Eurovision Song Contest, Mrs. Liz Asia. Give her a standing ovation. So we're very, very honored and proud to have the latest and the first winner of the Eurovision Song Contest. So I would like to open the floor again.
Thank you.
Could I maybe ask Maria and Liz if you would like to say some initial words?
Couple of words.
Yes.
You first.
Me first?
Yes.
Stijma.
I've learned that.
Was it okay? Was it okay? Well, of course I'm very happy to be here, and especially to celebrate also your success from last year. Because I tell you, I voted very much for you.
Thank you.
So I'm very happy.
Give me a bill for that.
Yeah.
Send me.
I give you a signature for
Yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And you see, I think it's very interesting to follow the history of the Eurovision Song Contest. Principle, it was called, you know, in French, when we started for 53 years ago, Mamma Mia, don't count. It's horrible. I don't know where the years are. But, well, it was quite different, of course. But this is the trend of life. I mean, young people coming till many other countries. Imagine, who would have known for many years ago it would go this way? And I assure you, as long as we keep to the idea that the frontier has to be open and we have to know each other, it will go on, I'm sure.
Bravo.
Thank you. Maria?
Well, I will be short, as always. I'm glad because you guys are here. I hope that you're having a nice time in Belgrade. Do you have it? You have it? Okay. Okay. My first wish in Helsinki was to be the winner, and the second wish now is for you to go home satisfied with the wish to come back here again sometimes, but not on Eurovision Song Contest in private, to visit Belgrade, and as I said, to be satisfied and to have the new winner, I hope, is going to be singing winner. You understand me?
We're also happy to inform you that Lisa Sia will be the star who will open up the voting window in the show tomorrow night, and that Maria will be the star who will open up the final on Saturday. Now, we're very happy and proud about that. Now let's open up the floor for some questions to these two true stars of the Eurovision Song Contest.
Okay, a lady.
Hello, I have a question for Lisa Sia. I'm Betty Friedman from the Netherlands, and we met a few years ago on the Midam in Cannes, where you live. And you told me that you were singing and performing all the time. So I'm asking, you do it as well now? You're busy as usual as a singer? Oh, sorry.
Yes, yes, of course, yes. I sing more than ever.
Yeah.
Because they're really
good. And also, I remember.
Now I hear you. Yeah.
Yes, and now also I remember that you told me that you were singing in 7 languages, and that your original language was Russian. Yeah,
but not Serbian.
No,
I'm
but
very
it's
sorry.
But you learned.
Next time.
Yes,
Stijma.
it was a wonderful meeting, and I was glad to meet you and to see you here now.
So you're a true fan.
I am.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
No, I'm very busy because you see, last year, by coincidence, I went with a very newcomer, also the Folkloric Grand Prix. And for 14 days ago in Switzerland, I got a very good and a very important Globe or Oscar, if you will call it like that, which I think I actually really deserved also. So.
Thank you. More questions?
Okay, guy in the orange dress, shirt.
A question for Maria. You said that you hope that the new singer is the new winner is a singing winner.
Yes.
Then why did you praise the duck in the national final in Ireland?
Because I will explain it to you now. I'm so sorry because the Ireland didn't went in final. We were, I cannot say friends, but something like that. I were in Ireland when they have their national final, and I think that he's the coolest guy ever, and that is the only reason. But if I need to choose between singing and show, always singing, of course. As I said last year, if I was in Belgrade and watching the contest, I will vote for Verka. But now I need to vote for, I will not tell you who.
You will not tell me.
One last question.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm from Norwegian newspaper. 2 questions to Liz. First of all, there has, of course, been several changes since you participated. What hasn't changed since you participated?
In Eurovision, in all these years.
And the second question is...
Changed. Many things have changed to the very best, really, because the facilities to present the singers, the interprets, the orchestra, etc. I think it's fabulous, absolutely fantastic. We didn't have, of course, this opportunity because it was actually an experience. We just tried to, as I told you before, to do something to open the doors for everybody. And we didn't know if it was going to go on. I mean, Switzerland wasn't very rich either. It was not very late after, not shortly after the war. And, but I think changed also naturally is the youngster, the newcomer, they want the fans, especially the fans, they want groups, they want a little, you know, something special. But you have to prove with Maria, it's the proof, you know, that the audience, the people, they know exactly what they want. Not always they are going to be right, but we don't know why. But I was sure last year she will win, and I'm almost sure I already know today half of it, anyhow, because I have very good instincts, and then I have 65 years experience, don't forget that. Now, don't ask me after my age, please. But I can tell you that if, inshallah, God will, I will be 85 next year.
Thank you very, very much for your questions.
You're welcome. So you better hurry up, huh?
We have one more item of news that I did not mention to you before. Winning the Eurovision Song Contest, as these two ladies have done, is probably maybe the best thing an artist can do. And therefore we believe that the winner deserves a very, very nice trophy to bring back home and put in their home. So from this year we will introduce a new generic trophy that will be hopefully with us for many, many years to come. And it will be something you cannot buy for money, you can only deserve it by winning the Eurovision Song Contest. And I would, before we reveal how it looks like, I would like to welcome to the podium the designing artist behind the new trophy, Mr. Kjell Engman from the Orrefors company.
Very nice. Nice things.
So, Mr. Engman, could you please tell us a little bit about the ideas behind this new, very prestigious trophy?
There is a kind of singing contest, and when I have this question if I can do some trophy for this event, naturally I wanted to do a microphone because you have something to sing into. So, and also there is a very old competition. So that's why I wanted to do a microphone which looks like a little bit the same things when they started this competition. So this is the only reason.
I think we're all very curious to have a look. How does it look? And I would like to ask these wonderful ladies to help us to reveal the new official trophy of the Eurovision Song Contest. So Maria and Liz, can I ask you to do us the honor? Ready?
It's a bit.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes this press conference. There will now be photo opportunities, and we will be here for individual interviews with the designer behind the trophy and Ms. Asia and Sherifovic.
But you see, at that time they didn't know, so they couldn't give you a trophy because they didn't know. I never got one either.
Yeah?
No.
I've got it.
I got Swarovski, something like that, you know, but oh, merci beaucoup. Thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, that's fantastic. Merci. Thank you very much.
Right.
I have to put them a little bit down.
Down, yeah,
So-
to see the face. Huh? Yes, yes. Ajde da ne preko stola, nego ću ja stati tamo negde, pa ćemo onda... Ili ovamo s ove strane kod mikrofona, lepše je vama za snimanje.